Happy 60th anniversary, Beaux Arts of Central Florida. The Museum of Arts and Sciences and Beaux Arts have a long history that goes back to the beginning of both of our organizations. So we feel invested in your 60th anniversary, and we're very proud of you, and we're very proud to have this exhibition on view that celebrates the anniversary of this institution, so important to our community. And we consider working with you a big part of our mission, involving community artists at the height of their career, showing their best work. The exhibitions from Beaux Arts of Central Florida are always colorful, vibrant, interesting techniques displayed, beautiful works of art, and we are happy to annually show the Beaux Arts of Central Florida group. And this year is a particularly important year. So we're very excited to be involved with the 60th anniversary celebration of your organization.
Hi, I'm Stephanie Mason-Teague. I'm Executive Director of the Ormond Memorial Art Museum and Gardens. We call it OMAM for short. And our relationship with Beaux Arts actually began back in the early 1980s. I was looking through some press clippings, and it looks like we hosted their annual themed shows at that time, which looked to be a whole lot of fun. One in particular was the 25th anniversary Silver Show that it looks like they had some pretty creative projects for everyone to participate in, including some things for children. We've also hosted some of their juried shows, and over the years, the juried shows have been just an example of some of the creativity and the excellence that we have right here in our local community. One of the things that I really enjoyed reading about was the empowerment of the women. These women came together at a time in the 1980s here at the Ormond Memorial Art Museum when local art exhibitions were not something that was done, and they worked together to bring these high quality exhibitions to our community and really feature the incredible creativity of our local women artists. The Ormond Art Museum has been proud to partner with the Beaux Arts organization for so many years, and we look forward to continuing this fabulous relationship.
Hi, I'm Jennifer Coolidge, lead curator at Mills Gallery, and I am so pleased to be with you today to celebrate and congratulate Beaux Arts for 60 years of sharing their art with the Central Florida community, as well as building a community around art. At my experiences with Beaux Arts, having been the director for the museum in DeLand for many years, having 3 exhibitions there over the time that I was there, it always did bring community together around the art, and it was wonderful to see the evolution of certain artists year to year in the different exhibitions that we have. And when I think about the artist members of Beaux Arts, not only are they incredible artists, but they're incredible human beings. And what a legacy to have an artist group that can support each other as artist members and also be able to support building our arts community in Central Florida. You have to be brave to be an independent individual artist on your own, creating work. That's a very isolating process to do that work. But when you have a group like Beaux Arts, where you can come together with supportive artist colleagues, challenge one another, help each other grow creatively, and then come together as a collective, that is a very powerful thing. So congratulations, Beaux Arts. Wishing you many, many more years of bringing arts to the community.
My name is Amelie Rogers, and I am director of the Art League of Daytona Beach. There's always been and always will be a very close relationship between Beaux Arts and the Art League. Most members of Beaux Arts are also members of the Art League, and many of them show in our regular shows here. So we have for years had their meetings in our facility and hosted their annual judged contest. When I first joined, which was like more than 22 years ago, when I first joined the Art League, Beaux Arts was holding their regular monthly meetings here. And in those days, you had to attend those meetings or you got kicked out of Beaux Arts. Today, you just have to show in their annual show.
We started as a group of about 14 people. We were in the basement of the old YWCA, which is across the street from the yacht basin, and we couldn't wait to get there. Lou Belmont was our original teacher. She had studied in New York, was familiar with what was going on in the 60s in Europe. So she introduced us to Impressionism, Fauvism, Cubism. So whether we liked it or not, we were all introduced to modern art. She really got to us and inspired us to take a chance. So the time came for us to organize an original art group, and we named it Beaux Art. And our annual exhibit was held in vacant storefronts around town, on Beach Street, Seabreeze, and we'd get local teachers to judge the shows. Every member took part. We were excited about creating, it was something we hadn't been challenged to before. It was great fun. We really did what we set out to do. And as I say, it was just a small group, but we were very inspired. And by our teacher and by each other. We couldn't wait to get together.
Do you have any stories about Lou Belmont?
Not really. I heard that she was a no-nonsense type person, and that if they showed any signs of recognizing anything, she'd make them get rid of it. She's really for abstract and bringing that to Ormond. She had a big influence. People you hear them talk even now, whoever's still here, that is. They talk about her, that what an influence she had on them. So she was pretty positive thinker, I would think.
Well, the old guard actually set up Beaux Arts.
Yeah.
They were the foundation.
Yeah.
And then when we came in, we were lucky enough to know a lot of those people who started it and keep going.
Hard kind of to get in, and
very difficult.
I was a little surprised I got in because I was so new,
Oh, yes.
No, I think especially in the beginning, the new members were always evaluated by their art and by their willingness to collaborate and experiment.
Yeah, take off
So,
office.
So if you didn't get in, either there were other people who were even more experimental than you, but you were it was all based on how you presented your work.
And I have good memories of the Art League, I have to say. A lot of good workshops here, and they brought in.
Right. It's
We've
colorful.
always had a very close relationship with the Art League here. Very.
Yeah,
Yes,
that was good days.
Yeah.
Yeah, you can see we're really friends after all these years, which when you talk about different people, you know who they're talking about. It's been a wonderful experience.
And our lives have been so rich having all the friendships we've made.
Absolutely.
Our-
Yeah.
in the art.
Oh, yes.
Uh-huh.
It's just a long time, 60 years. I remember most of them except the very early ones.
I do too, and I was going to say, I've been in it for over 30 years, and it has been the most amazing organization and the group of artists that started it. And when I came in, unfortunately, a lot of the wonderful artists have passed now.
Yeah.
But new artists are coming in, and they're just bringing the same kind of art spirit, if you will, to the group, and it's just wonderful. I mean, I don't know what I would have done if I didn't have Beaux Arts and all of these long wonderful friendships in art. To me, that's what I treasure most with Beaux Arts. She's actually quieter than she used to be. Oh, yeah.
Who is he talking about?
You.
I'm quieter than I used to be.
Yeah, definitely. Yeah, but she was always the hot ticket to be next to, right?
Whenever we needed a good laugh, Barbara was there.
Yeah, right.
So I was with Barbara Peabody, and we were at some art thing over in Orlando, and I had never pumped gas before. And I looked and I didn't have too much gas, so I said, I better fill up. So I went there to the pump and took the thing out, and it squirted up into the next aisle onto this guy with full suit. He never said one word. He got back in his car and took off. And I went up to the woman. I said, I think my pump is malfunctioning. She said, the only thing malfunctioning is your finger. I joined Beaux Arts mainly because I wanted to learn from other artists and the friendships that you make. Helen Yates introduced me to Beaux Arts, and they accepted me, so I was thrilled, of course. I didn't know anybody except two people in Beaux Arts then, and it was really tough to get in. If you didn't know anybody, it was really tough to get in. But I knew Helen, and they took me in.
I think it was in '84 or maybe even in '83, the first year that I was here, I became part of Beaux Arts, and it was an amazing, small group of very exciting experimental artists, and that was the whole key, that you had to be able to experiment. Back then, there were only maybe 30 members, so it was a small group. And when I came here, Beaux Arts was actually the only quality art group in the area. And at that time, as it is now, you had to be invited into it. And
I joined Beaux Arts in 1982, and I was one of the few younger members at the time, in my mid-20s. I believe there are around 30 members. Beaux Arts was a fun-loving, creative, supportive group of each other's uniqueness. There was lots of camaraderie, and I enjoyed being a part of it. All the members took their work seriously, all striving to improve and grow. I joined for this reason. I sought to be part of a community of like-minded artists with a strong desire to be constantly learning and challenged.
I was invited to join Beaux Arts by Marilyn Rowland around 1991, I believe. And my biggest valuable experience of being a member was the lifelong relationships that I have made with all the other artists. We've traveled together to cities all over the country, to major museums. We've traveled together. We've gone to do workshops, many workshops at the Atlantic Center for the Arts. And over the years, we've all just really developed great friendships. So that to me is the most valuable thing about being a member of Beaux Arts.
Roseanne Samuelson, who became my figurative mentor. And Roseanne nominated me for Beaux Arts. Interestingly enough, although I'm a painter, it was not my paintings that got me into Beaux Arts. It was my glass sculpture. because it showed diversity. And that's what Beaux Arts has always been about. It's diversity in works. You know, if you can do this, can you do this? That type of thing. Beaux Arts has always helped me to stretch, to be a better painter and teacher. And I've learned a lot from the fellow members. It's been a lot of fun over the years.
A lot of us went beyond our Beaux-Arts to outdoor art shows, things like that. And I remember Barbara Betts, who was in Beaux-Arts, was in the Winter Park Art Festival. And they always, and I went with her to help her set up and spent the night there with her. And they always do some kind of a reception for the artists. Well,
and I'm not really a drinker. And we came and had one of those little plastic glasses with wine. The next thing I knew, I was up with the disc jockey singing New York, New York. Nobody clapped.
Barbara had quite a sense of humor. I recall a Christmas Beaux Arts luncheon that she hosted in her home, in which someone invited a male stripper, unbeknownst to most of us. He performed while playing on his boombox, while the members looked on either aghast and surprised or laughing wholeheartedly at the entertainment.
A stripper? Oh, well, I had a stripper come. Yeah, a man. And the women went nuts. So we hired this guy to come. And my God, these old women in there came. It was the older women, Noel Lincoln and all those. They got up with him, was dancing, and they never forgot that. Kitty Torales, remember? Yeah, that's a true story. Yeah, she was kind of cute. Yeah, look at them looking. My God, they look so hungry. Yeah. I forget what it cost to have him, but he gave it everything he had.
I have this one story about sitting in the gallery one day, and there were a lot of tourists that walked up and down Main Street. There was this young girl who was in a bikini, and she was walking down Main Street, and she had a little iguana, a lizard, on it with a necklace and a chain on her shoulder. And she'd be walking down, and the lizard would jump off. I mean, it was an iguana. Would jump off. She'd lean over, pick it up, put it back on her shoulder, walk a couple more steps. It would jump off again. She'd lean down, pick it up. Well, the cars all stopped on Main Street. Nobody moved, and they just watched her go, and then she'd pick up the lizard, put it back on her shoulder, take a couple more steps. So that was kind of the kind of activity we had around our gallery there.
I guess the funniest story I have in Beaux Arts is about you, Robert. It's about you. Because every time that some people take pictures of me, or I take a picture of me with my paintings, you always told me that I look too serious and I need to, smile a little bit more. But you don't believe in smile, you believe in laughing. So you make me laugh in most of the pictures. So, and by the way, 3 of them came out really, really good. I used them for my romantic dating sites. And by the way, it works. So, good pictures, Robert. Thank you.
You're always a student. A lot of times we didn't have teachers, and we went to the art league, took our canvases, and worked. So our work was more true in some ways. We learned from each other.
And so we were really a really close-knit group. And when people would go to a new exhibit in New York or Boston or Chicago or LA, they'd come back and give us a quick lecture on what they saw. And then we used to do like little workshops or one-day kinds of things to try out these new techniques. I mean, it was a really exciting group of people. Really, really nice. We were all experimenting, and we were all sharing our experimentations, and we were all building on each other's experimentations. So it was a really wonderful collaboration, if you will, back then. And also back then, we had frequent workshops where we would all share together some new technique, or so that we were all creating in the same idea but differently.
Oh, I think just, working and painting alongside other people and learning from other people. And I tell them, I say, you will learn from books. You'll really learn from each other. You felt a closeness to everyone because you were there close to everyone. And everybody was doing something a little different as far as, painting techniques and styles, etc.
Well, in the earlier years, we used to do, Beaux Arts would meet once a month at the Art League, and we would do workshops sometimes so that we'd try something different. And we'd have lunches together, and of course that made us all closer and closer friends. And the directors of the Art League were very closely associated, and were also members of Beaux Arts. So we've always worked in a very close relationship with the Art League of Daytona Beach.
Because I only have one eye that I can see out of. So I had trouble with perspective. And I did it anyhow, whether it was right or wrong. And it was funny, I won the prizes for the ones that were off. And I won Best of Show at the Art League with the cow picture. I heard people say, "That's a cow." Be true to yourself. When you look at your paintings, they're you. And if they aren't you, then it's not true.
Well, with the theme shows, it challenged us to need to work in maybe a little different format than we originally and primarily work in. I've always done large paintings, and with themes, it might be like a color theme or a landscape theme, so that challenged us because many times people would dig out something from under the bed rather than do some new work. So rather than have that keep happening, we started having the theme shows. So that worked out really well because a lot of times I was doing my own kind of thing. And when there was a theme, then I had to really think hard and produce some artwork that challenged me to try something different.
Beaux Arts was so much fun back then. Probably in the 80s and the 90s, we always had only two shows. One was our juried annual show, but the other one was a theme show. And we would pick a theme, and one year we had sort of pop art, something or other. I don't remember the title of it, but I made this 6-foot toothpaste tube that was rolled up on one end and came up. It was fantastic. The Ormond Museum let us have our theme show every other year there. So we had some really good shows there. But that was one. Another one, I did a huge, like 6 or 8 foot Tootsie Roll. And other people did bizarre stuff. I mean, it was so much fun. Because you could do whatever you wanted to, as long as it sort of went along with the theme. It was so much fun. Once we had a theme of masks. We did one that was called the Midas Touch, which something had to be gold in it. So there were some pretty wild things that had gold in it. Then we did one on American icons, I think, and that was a pretty good show. That was probably one of the last theme shows, but they just were all fun. I mean, you could do it. There were no awards. So you weren't competing. So everybody could just do whatever they wanted to do and make it fun.
And then the theme shows, you had to, there was so much imagination, because it would be like Midas, which this is Midas touch, with everything had to be gold. And then the paper factory, everything had to be paper. Well, a lot of people never worked in paper before, so it made you think outside the box. And there was no charge, no judging for the theme shows. So everybody was relaxed. They didn't have to wait to see what the judge was going to deem was good. And I always hated judging, but it's the way it goes. My favorite theme show? I would say Midas. Silver Anniversary was great.
I was working with the city at that time, the city planner, and they had just finished doing the streetscapes in Main Street. The stores were all empty until Bike Week. And the owners knew that they could make more money in that 2-week period of Bike Week. For the whole year, they didn't have to open them up. So I talked with the city manager and said, why don't you let a lot of artists go in there and set up galleries and studios and all of that. Right. And so they did, and the owners said okay, except of course when Bike Week came around, we all had to get out, and then we went back in, and I actually brought all of those artists in, and they all chose where they wanted to be, and I was in another studio with 3 other artists, Janet Rogers and Barbara Betts and Kate Harrington. So the 4 of us were in one really nice space, and then Beaux Arts had a corner space, and Barbara Perotti and a few other people were down the street on the other side, and there was another one. So it was pretty exciting. And we used to walk around, and we'd have little openings, and people would come there. We had some clients that would come to our gallery and to Beaux Arts and our gallery. Our gallery was called Harlequin Parrot.
We had the privilege of going on Main Street and being in some of the buildings there. And that was a rough street. And it was free, except we had to pay the electricity. But we had to get out completely twice a year for the motorcyclists, which was kind of fun in a way, but a lot of work, when you start moving all your things around. But we enjoyed it. It put us right up in the heart of things.
I am a new member, and I got involved in 2020 during COVID, and so I didn't get to really meet a lot of people, so I'm looking forward to meeting people in the future, and I'm excited about all our new shows at City Arts. We got Beaux, we got the Daytona 500, which I've always wanted to show there, so I'm looking forward to our future. Beaux Arts, I first got interested with Lily Verkins, because she's one of the most beautiful people I've ever met, and then also Robert Shirk encouraged me. And they're always at everybody's art show, and I just was really impressed with the caliber of everybody's artwork. And what really made me want to be involved was seeing how much they're so professional as artists, but just the playfulness and experimentation, that they're always trying new things, and that they've been around for 60 years. So I was really impressed, and I just want to be part of it. No matter how long you've been at something, you can always learn something else, and just to be experimental all the time and more playful. And it gave me more confidence to be more playful, because you start selling in a certain style, and you think you have to stay there, but you don't. And then they showed me that, and then I just appreciate being at the Beaux is an amazing opportunity, and everything that I've done with them. Just love it. So I'm happy to be a Beaux Arts member.
The sponsorship came from Lillian Berkins. She invited me to one of the Beaux Art exhibitions in Orlando. I went there, and she introduced me to most of the artists at the time. So at the end of the show, she told me, as soon as there is an opening, I will let you know because I would like to sponsor you. I would like to be your mentor. So I got an email from Beaux that I was accepted, and that was a happy day for me. The best thing about Beaux is bringing this amazing group of artists together from different backgrounds, different styles, abstract, figurative artists. So, and that's what I like about Beaux and it's a privilege to be in the group because of that. It's a group. It's like a melting pot of diversity of artists.
Being a member of Beaux Arts was on my bucket list. I was so excited for years to be able to be on the membership rolls, and I am now, and I love the people. I just really enjoy being around the artistic vibe.
Hi, it's been an honor for me to produce this video, and I want to wish Beaux Arts a very, very happy 60th anniversary.
When we put our heads together and started thinking about this film and looking through the scrapbooks and doing all of the reading, for me, a theme that just jumps out for me is the empowerment of women through art. Because it starts in 1962. So these women, this is my mother's generation. And when we read some of these old newspaper clippings, we can see Peg Meath, one of the charter members, says, we were dismissed, we were ridiculed, we were called colorful at best. But these women, they were undaunted. And they said, fine, well, we'll just put our artwork up on the sidewalk at Riverfront Park, and today that's the Halifax Art Festival. And you don't want to show us? No problem. We'll use an empty storefront. And today we call those pop-ups. You know, so all this time goes by, and these women are working, and they're so persistent, and they are finding themselves as women through their collaborations and their experiences with art. They know who they are. They have a voice. Things have changed. The infamous Barbara Betts Christmas party, with Santa Claus and the Chippendales. I mean, they have been through that revolution. And I look at that story and how powerful it is because I have had so much freedom and opportunity and voice as a female artist because of what they did for women like me and for women in all the subsequent generations. They did that for us, and we owe them a debt for that and a deep debt of appreciation for what they went through to create the world that we enjoy.
We'll just get started. He'll edit it anyway, so.
Okay.
Okay. Happy anniversary!
60th anniversary.
Beaux Arts.
To the best group of people ever.
Yay! Oh, we forgot to get your snort.
Oh, we forgot my snort.
No snorting.
A stripper. Oh, we'll have a stripper come. Yeah, a man.
I would like to wish Beaux Arts a happy 60th anniversary.
Happy 60th anniversary, Beaux Arts.
That's
What
awesome.
else you want?
Happy anniversary, Beaux Arts.
Happy 60th 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 anniversary, Beaux Arts.
Happy birthday, 60th. Okay, happy 60th anniversary, Beaux Arts.
Happy 60th anniversary, Beaux Arts.
Happy 60th anniversary, Beaux Arts.
Hello and happy anniversary to Beaux Arts. It's 60.
Happy 60th anniversary, Beaux Arts. I'm so happy and honored and humbled to be a part of this organization.
Happy 60th anniversary, Beaux Arts of Central Florida.
Oh, it's my pleasure to wish Beaux Arts of Central Florida the
happiest of their 60th anniversaries. Good luck to everyone.
I would like to congratulate Beaux Art for 60 years anniversary.
Because most people don't like to be president. I always kind of liked it because all you have to do is run the meeting, really.
Well, just wanted to say happy 60th anniversary to the Beaux-Arts of Florida.
Happy 60th anniversary, Beaux Arts.
Happy 60th anniversary, Beaux Arts.
Beaux Arts, happy 60th anniversary. I'm so proud to be a member and happy to be celebrating this wonderful anniversary.
Happy 60th anniversary, Beaux Arts. Not quite as old as I am, but pretty darn old.
Happy 60th anniversary, Beaux Arts.
Happy 60th anniversary, Beaux Arts.
Happy 60th anniversary, Beaux Arts. Happy 60th anniversary, Beaux Arts.
Happy 60th anniversary, Beaux Arts.
Happy 60th anniversary, Beaux Arts.
It was wild. We just had a great time. It was so fun.